Next up, I'm going to show you, now that we've kind of worked the quad, the single leg squat. A lot of people call this one skater squat. And to do that, you're going to stand on one foot. I prefer bare feet on a solid surface, just to give you that extra stability. And you're going to lift that one foot up. And this back knee, you're going to think about bringing it towards the heel. We're trying to drop the hips down. Feel free to lean forward if you need to. Just going to come down, tap that knee in up. Okay. Quite likely that you'll find this one pretty challenging, possibly impossible if you haven't done something like this before. So for the assisted skater squat, you can use a door frame. I'm going to use the triceps dip bar here, but any sort of solid surface you can hold on to. And you're going to grab onto it, and we'll do that same movement, except you can use that to lift as much as you need to. So when you're new to it, you may really be pulling with the upper body. As you start to get more and more comfortable, you can loosen the grip and just pull just barely as much as you need. And that will allow you to still build up the strength and the balance to do the unassisted version. A couple things to keep in mind here. We don't want to shorten the range. So I would rather you assist, 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 nice and slow, tap that knee, and then pull out of that hole if you need to, as opposed to starting something like this. That being said, if there's pain, absolutely shorten the range to avoid the pain. So if you get to somewhere like this and you start to feel just not right with a knee or a hip, something like that, just stop. And over time, you will notice you'll start to get more and more range. So assisted skater squat, one of my favorites. Great for balance, great for quad strength, hip mobility. The glutes get involved. Excellent for controlling how your foot affects the way you move. So start with the assisted. And then as that gets easier and easier, you can progress to the unassisted. And then eventually, some weight out front. The weight, surprisingly, will make it feel a little bit easier. So very lightweight, 5 to 10 pounds out front, will actually make the exercise a little bit easier. So I'll show you what that would look like with a kettlebell. So here's that single leg squat or the skater squat with the kettlebell. If you go light enough, you're going to find it's actually a little bit easier. As you move down, I want you to make sure you're keeping the shoulders down and back instead of falling forward this way. If you're doing that, you can push that weight kind of over the knee as you're squatting. It will actually make it feel a little bit lighter. So this feels easier for me than had I been not holding any weight at all. So excellent leg movement, very, very good one, and very much worth the time it'll take to master it. So that's sort of my single leg squat progression. You're going to start with the assisted, move on to the unassisted, and then eventually to the weighted.